Hello guys, in today's brand new video, what we'll be doing is we'll be coding a simplistic UI in Flutter. As we have seen in the featured video, we'll be building something like this. So this is the basic UI that we'll be building. So let's start and code it, right? So let's start with a fresh new project and name it as anything. I have named it as store UI demo. And what you want to do is you want to add some images that you want to show in that particular area. So I have added 5 of these images in this particular images folder, which will be again in some folders. For example, this assets. You can do a simple, you can just create a simple folder and add this 5 images, right? Then what you have to do is you have to edit this popspec.yaml file and add this particular assets folder to it also, so that Flutter can recognize what are the images in it. So just delete all of the boilerplate code that you have got in the new Flutter project and add this particular code. So what this code contains, basically this is the main function that we'll be having, which will then call this home myapp class. This myapp class will be a stateful widget, okay, as you can see here. Then I have included this basic scaffold, okay. Upon running this code, we have got this blank UI on the screen, which is not useful to us. So let's add some basic some of the basics element in it. So let's have some app bar. So app bar, okay. Let's give some title to the app bar. Let's have it as text. Let's say it as home, and let's center the title to true. Fine. And before the app bar, let's have some background color to the scaffold. Let's give the colors as colors dot gray, and let's give it as let's say 600. Okay. Now let's try to refresh the page and see what is the output. So as you can see, this is the general app bar that we have created, and it is blue in color. What we can do is to match this particular background color of the application with the app bar color, we should give the app bar background color to colors dot transparent. So this will make this background color with the and it will match the app bar color to the background color of this application. So let's refresh the page. Let's see the output. So yeah, so it's quite similar to that. Now what we can do is let's have some elevation to, let's say 2, okay, of the app bar. Then we'll have some leading icon. So icons dot menu, right? If we refresh the page, so we have created the particular icon, menu icon. Let's have some actions. Let's have some actions to the app bar. It will be an array of actions. So the first action in the app bar we have to create is this one. This is the UI that we have to create in the app bar. So this UI that we'll be creating, it will be a container, right? So it will be a container. In this container, the child of that container would be a text. So it will be 0 in this case. Let's have some decoration to that particular container. Let's say box decoration, and this color would be colors.gray, right? And it would be, let's say 800. And let's have some border radius to it. So border radius dot let's say border radius dot circular. Let's the radius be 10. Let's try to refresh the page. So it is not looking as good as in the image we have seen. So what we can do is let's add some width and height. So let the width be 36 and the height be let's say 30. Let's see the new, okay. Now the 0 text is not in the center of the container. Let's wrap this text with the center widget. Now let's refresh the page. So it is now in the center. Now we have to give some padding around the container. So let's add some padding around it. Let's wrap the container widget with the padding, and let's the padding be 20, and let's refresh it. Okay, we are not getting that particular output, so let's add it as 10 and let's refresh it. Let's see. Okay, now we have got that particular perfect size, right? So we have completed the app bar section. Now what we have to do is we have to create now the body of that particular app. So if we see clearly, the bodies of this particular has some widgets that are aligned in vertical manner. So if we see this container, this is the container, then we have the grid view. These are aligned in vertical fashion. So we'll have a column, right? So after the app bar, let's create a body to it. Let's have some column. This column will have some children's, right? This column will have some children's in it. Now what we have to do is we have to create that first particular widget as we have seen in the image. We have to create this one. Now this will be an basic container, right? So let's create a container to it. Container. Now this container will have a child, right? Let's forget about the child first. Let's give some decoration to it. So box decoration. Now this box decoration will have some border radius to it. Let's say the border radius dot circular, and let the circular be 20. Then after giving the border radius, let's have the image that we have seen. So let's say the decoration image. This decoration image will have again an image, which will be an asset image. Let the asset image will be declared as let's point to that particular image assets. In the assets folder we have the images folder. then we have the 1.jpg, then we are pointing to this, right? And let's fit that particular image box fit dot. Okay, it's not working. Let's try to refresh the UI first. Okay, there is some error. Yeah, let's remove the child for now. Let's refresh the page. If we see that it is not displaying anything in the particular application because we haven't mentioned any height and width to the container. So let's give some height to the container. Let's say it as 250 and the width as double dot infinity. Let's refresh. As you can see, the image is now shown in the application. Now what we can do is we can wrap this column with the container so that we can give some padding around it, right? Now we'll add some padding to it. So edge instance.all, we have to give from all of the area to the padding. So let's refresh the page now. So it has become smaller, but we are not able to see the circular part around the widget. So what we can do is we have made that. Let us now fit this image with box fit dot cover. So it will cover the particular container's width and size. So let's see that. Yeah, so it is adjusting to the particular container's width and size. Okay, box fit dot cover. Right now we had the container. Now we have to develop the categories and shop now button, right? So what we can do is inside the containers we'll have some child. Now this child will again be a container. Right? Now this container will have some decoration in it. Let's have some box decoration. Now let's have some border radius to it. Border radius dot circular. Let's have it as 20. Then let's have some gradient to it, which will have some linear gradient, right? And let's begin the linear gradient with alignment dot bottom right? Then let's have some colors to that gradient. Let's have it as colors dot black dot with opacity as 0.4. Okay, like that is 0.4, and again colors dot black dot with opacity as 0.2. Now let's try to refresh the page. Let's see what is the output now. So what I've done is we added that particular image. Now to add that shadow effect, okay, so we have to add a linear gradient to the container we have implemented. So we have implemented this container. So we had child to that container, which will act as a linear gradient to that particular parent container. So we have added the linear gradient widget that will be having some mixture of colors. We had a mixture of colors of black, right, with some particular opacity. Now inside this container we have to mention a child. Now this child will be a column, right? So if we see the particular image, so this categories and this button are aligned vertically, so we'll have a column, right? Now this column will again be a children, right? Now the children will contain the text. Now the text would be the categories, right? We will then style that particular text with some text style. Let's have the color as colors.white, right? Then let's have the font size as let's say 35, and the font weight, let's have the font weight as font weight dot bold. Now if we try to refresh the page, let's see, as you can see, the categories text is aligned vertically, okay, but it is on the top of the container. To bring it to the bottom of the container, go to the parent column and have that main axis alignment. So main axis alignment dot end. So we'll align this particular categories text to the end of the container. Let's refresh the page. So see, as you can see, the categories is now at the end of the page. Now after the text, let's have some size box that will give some height to the next widget. Let's have it as 30. Now let's again add some container. Now this container would have some height of, let's say, 50, right? Then what we can do is we can have some decoration to it. So let's say I have box decoration. This box decoration will be some having some border radius. Let's say border radius dot circular. Let's have that border radius to be 10. And what we can do is now let's color it out. Let's color it out as colors.white, right? Now let's try to refresh the page. Let's see what is the output now. So as you can see, we have got that particular button looking like container. Now button looking like container, and now we have to reduce the size of that particular container. And so to reduce the size of the container, what we can do is we can provide some margin to the container. So let's add a margin to the container. So edge insets dot, let's say only, okay, only, let's say edge insets dot from top from left, top, right, and bottom. So from left, let's say it's 20, from top it's 0, from right it's 20, and from bottom it's 0. Let's refresh the page. So we have got that particular margin to the particular container. Right now, what we can do is now add that particular child which will have a text. Let's say shop now, and again let's copy the style which we have copied, which we have implemented for the categories part, and just let's paste this style here. And if you see, there is some error because I haven't mentioned the style in text style. Text style would be this. Right now, colors dot white. Now let's refresh the page. There's some error, I guess. Yeah. So this is the text, and if we see, I guess there is some problem in this text. Let's have some text written here. So let's put it as shop now. Then style would be text style, right, which will have some properties. Now this text style, what we can do is we'll just copy this text style here from here and add it here. Let's refresh it now. Okay, let's put the text style colors as black. Okay, then let's change the color to gray because we have to match that particular UI. Okay, now let's have some sized box that will give some height from the bottom. Let's refresh it now. Okay, as we can now see the particular UI, we have somewhat gotten that, but if we see this particular button, it is not a proper in design as expected. So let's modify the container part of the button. So let's see. So what we can do is let's change this particular margin thing. So edge insets dot symmetric, let's have it as symmetric, and let's say horizontal as 40. Let's refresh it, and there's some error, I guess. Yeah, the comma is missing. So let's refresh it now. Okay, let's remove this font size because the font size is too large. Let's make it as default font size. Okay, the container, if we see, let's add some width also. So let's say 350. Let's refresh it. Let's bring down to center. Yeah, so we have got that particular style as we have seen in the image, right? Now what we will implement is the grid view. So let's have the grid view in our code. We had the container part. So if we see this container where it ends, so it ends here. So let's have some size box to it to give some particular height to it. Let's say 10, height of 10, right? Then let's have some grid view. So grid view dot count. Okay, now it is asking for cross axis count. So we'll have two columns. So we'll give the cross axis count as 2. Then it will have some cross axis spacing also, cross axis spacing as, let's say, 10, and the main axis spacing as also as 10, right? Then we'll have some children to that particular gradient.view count. Now the children will be the list of item. Now we have to add that particular list of items. I guess I haven't added it yet, so let's add that list of items. So I've prepared that list of items right here. Okay, the list of images that we have added in the assets folder. So this will be the list of items that will hold all of these images here. Okay, so I will just include that particular list of items there. Then after that, in this children, okay, in this children we'll have that list of item. So what we can do is we can directly mention that list item. See, list item dot map, right? Now what it will do is it will map some value. So let's say it is an item. Then this item would be a card. It would be a card structure. Okay, now it will be a card structure. All this now item will be then mapped to a list form. So we'll have that to list. Okay, then in this card, let's give the card the color. Let the colors be transparent because we have to mention that particular image. Let's give some elevation, like let's say it's 1, and let's have the child to that particular card. So let's have the container to that particular card. in this card, let's have some decoration because we have to implement that particular image in that. So let's have some box decoration. Then again add some border radius dot circular, and put the circular radius to be 20. Let's have some image which will be a decoration image, which will again be an image, which will be an asset image, which will then be the asset image will basically be an item that we have mapped, right? This will be an item. This will loop until and unless the images won't finish, right? Now let's try to refresh the page. Let's see if we got that particular item. So I guess there is some problem in it. Okay. The method was called on null. Let's fix this issue. Where is that problem? So if we see the 54th line, okay, this is the problem here. So let's fix it out. I guess there is some rendering issue. So let's see what we are missing. So if we see gridview.count, let's wrap this gridview.count. Okay, let's wrap this gridview.count with an expanded widget, right? Expanded widget, and let's add some child. So what we can do is we can directly wrap this gridview.count with an expanded widget, and yeah, so let's refresh it now. So as you can see, the list is now updated. This expanded widget, what it does is, if there is some rendering issue, because for example this image is half loaded, okay, so this expanded widget will know that we have to implement all of the card images, okay, all of the map items that we have implemented it as card, okay, even if the page has ended, so that we can then scroll that particular card here and there, right? So this is the usefulness of expanded widget. You can also visit flutter.io to see much more about expanded widget, how it works and so. So this was the basic Flutter UI that we have built, and it is looking quite good. You can also try it out in your own way and let me know what are your outputs. So thank you for watching the video, and please like and subscribe, share with your friends, and keep learning. Thank you. Bye.